Hello, today we will be discussing rest and motion. They are relative terms. Rest and motion are relative terms as they are defined in relation to their surrounding. They are defined in relation to surrounding or immediate surroundings, we can say. So for example, we are having a body and it is not changing its position with respect to its immediate surrounding. If this body is not changing its position with respect to its immediate surrounding, in relation to its immediate surrounding, we call this body to be at rest. This body is not changing the position, this body is said to be at rest. So a body is said to be at rest. If it does not change its position. So the body is not changing its position with respect to what? In relation to what? It's in relation to its surrounding, in relation to its immediate surrounding. To its immediate surroundings. Motion, when a body is changing its position in relation to its surrounding, it is changing its position with respect to its surrounding. So motion, body is said to be in motion. If it changes its position, if it changes its position with respect to its immediate surroundings. So rest, the position does not change. The body's position does not change with respect to its immediate surrounding. In motion, the body is changing its position with respect to its immediate surrounding. Now here we take one consideration about the body. For example, body is covering large distances. Body is covering large distance as compared to its size. Very large distance it is covering as compared to its size. We consider this body as point mass or point object we consider, or we can call it as point particle as well. So how large a body is, but if it is covering large distance as compared to its size, then we consider this body as a point object, point particle. So in physics, we'll be considering body as point particle to be represented by just a point. We'll be discussing one-dimensional motion. One-dimensional motion. So what does one-dimensional mean? So here we'll be discussing straight line motion, that is a body is moving in a straight line path. Body is moving along a straight line path. Body in one-dimensional motion, body moves along a straight line path. So if this is the line, a body can move in this direction or a body can move in this direction. For example, body moves this direction, then to this direction. So this is a straight line path. It is in one dimensional. Dimensions we have discussed. For example, this is x dimension, y dimension, and the third dimension z dimension. So in any one dimension the body is moving. So for example, I am taking x dimension. So body is moving along on the x axis only. Then we call the motion as one dimensional motion. If a body is moving along one dimensional only, then we call the motion as one dimensional motion, and it is a straight line motion. So it can be called as straight line motion, or it can as well be called as rectilinear motion. Again a linear motion along a line, rectilinear, straight line. So one dimensional motion when a body moves along a straight line path. So its direction can be this direction or this direction, but the motion is always along a straight line, along only one dimension. So how to represent? Now we discuss the representation of one dimensional motion. Representation of one dimensional motion. For example, a body is moving and its direction we are taking in x-axis. So its direction of motion we are taking along the x-axis. This is our x-axis. So the motion, the direction of motion is represented along the x-axis. With time, the position of the body will change. So each point on this line represents a position of the body at that particular instant of time. At that particular time, what is the position of the body is represented on this x-axis. So each point on this line represents position of the body at that particular time. So the position of the particle at any point t is expressed by specifying the x coordinate at that instant. For example, a body is moving, is in motion in a straight line, that is one dimensional motion. So here is the time, in seconds we are taking. Here is the position. At what position the body is at particular time, at instant of time, what is the position of that body? X in meter. Now at 0 seconds the body is at 0. After 1 second the body has moved to 10 meters. So it is at 10 meters from the initial position. And after next second, 2 seconds, the body is at 20 meters. After 3 seconds, the body is at the position of 40 meters. After 4 seconds, the body is at a position of 60 meters. So if this is 0, we are representing x equal to 0 at t equal to 0. After 1 second, body has covered 10 meters. So this length is 10 meters. This is 10 meter. And at 2 seconds, so it is t equal to 1 second. And here 20 meters. At time, t equal to 2 seconds. And here 40 meters. At time, t equal to 3 seconds. 60 meters. At time, t equal to 4 seconds. Therefore, each point on this line represents the position of the body at a particular time instant. So what is the position of the body at that particular instant of time? It is represented on this line. This line represents the position of the body at that particular instant of time. So at t equal to 1 second, body has moved to here. This is the position at t equal to 1 seconds. And t equal to 2 seconds, the position is at 20 meters. At t equal to 3 seconds, this is the position of the body. So body has moved 40 meters from the initial position. So this is the position at t equal to 3 seconds. And at 4 seconds, the position is 60 meters from the initial position. So body has moved up to here. So each point on this line represents the position of the body at that particular instant. We will be discussing distance and displacement. Distance and displacement. Distance is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar. Displacement is a vector. For example, there is a sheep. There is a sheep and it is eating the grass. So first it moves in this direction 5 meters. 5 meters it has moved. So this is north, east, south, west. So first it has moved due east 5 meter. Then it moved towards south 2 meters. So it covered a path of 5 meters due east. Then 2 meters due south. Then it moved 5 meters due west. And this is the final position of the sheep. Distance covered by the sheep will be the path taken by the sheep. How much path it followed. How much path the sheep followed. So distance will be 5 meter plus 2 meter plus 5 meter. 5 meter plus 2 meter plus 5 meter. So whatever path the sheep has taken, that total path will be the distance. So it will be 12 meter. Distance covered by the sheep is 12. But displacement does not depend on the path taken. It depends on the initial and final position. It depends only on the initial and final position. So displacement means the shortest path or the shortest distance. The shortest distance between the initial and final position. It will be the straight line. It will be a straight path. So this will be 2 meters. Displacement is 2 meters. In direction towards south. From here it has moved here. So due south. So displacement is 2 meters. It depends on the initial and final position only. And the direction is due south. So displacement does not depend on the path taken. But distance, it depends on the path taken. So now we can define them. First, distance. So what do we mean by distance? It is the total length of the path. Total length of the path through which a body moves. So distance traveled by the body is the total length of the path. Total length of the path through which a body moves. And this is the distance traveled by the body. Here the distance traveled by the sheep is 5 plus 2 plus 5, that is 12 meters. And it depends on the path followed by the body. Distance depends on the path followed by the body. Distance depends on the path followed by the body. It is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. And it is denoted by, it is represented as with capital letter S. It is represented with capital letter S. Its SI unit is meter, SI unit meter, CGS centimeter. So SI unit of distance is meter and CGS is centimeter. Now we will be defining displacement. As we have discussed, displacement depends on the initial and final position only. It does not depend on the path taken. Whatever path body has taken, the displacement does not depend on that. It depends only on the initial and final position, and it is the shortest distance between these 2 points, between initial and final position. The shortest distance, that will be a straight line distance. So this is the displacement. And the direction, due south. Final position is south of this position. So it is due south. So displacement the shortest distance. The shortest distance from the initial position to the final position, from the initial to the final position of the body. So the shortest distance from the initial to the final position, this gives us the magnitude. This gives us the magnitude of displacement. So the shortest distance between the initial and final position gives us the magnitude. And the direction is from the initial to the final position. From initial to the final position, what's the direction? The final position is due south of this position from the initial position. And its direction is from the initial to the final position. Displacement is having magnitude as well as direction. Displacement is a vector quantity. And it is represented with capital S with arrow on its side. Capital S with an arrow. So this is displacement. Its SI unit is meter. SI. And its CGS unit, meter. Same as distance. CGS unit and its CGS unit is centimeter. Now we discuss representation of displacement. For example, we are having one body at a position P and it has moved to a position Q. So P is the initial position and Q is the final position. It has moved to Q. So how this will be represented? Represented as PQ, vector PQ. So this displacement is represented as vector PQ. The tip of the arrow, it represents direction. It represents direction, that is body has moved from P to Q. Body has moved from P to Q. Displacement is from P to Q. Initial position is P, final position is Q. So displacement has taken from P to Q. Position P to position Q. Q is the final position. This is how we represent a vector. We are representing displacement. Now for example, a body has moved from position P to Q and this distance is 40 meters. Displacement that has been taken in this direction is 40 meters in this direction. So body has moved due east. So how to represent this vector? P is the initial position. If we take each 1 centimeter as 10 meters, it will be 40 meters. And in this direction, here is the Q position. So this vector PQ is represented by a straight line with an arrow showing the direction of displacement. and while the length of this straight line, it represents the magnitude.